Brad Bradford is making an announcement about housing near Yonge and St. Clair. Let's listen in live.
This election is a choice. People do not have to choose between Olivia Chow's high tax agenda or Mark Saunders as Queen's Park's rubber stamp at City Hall. I believe that our city can and must do better. Better to make life more affordable for your family. Better to make our city safer. Better to get people moving. That's why today I wanted to share more about how my housing plan will increase housing supply and streamline approvals so that we can get more homes built faster. That is what less talk and more action at City Hall can deliver. Now, today in Toronto, there are countless people in this city, seniors, students, working professionals, and everybody in between, fighting tooth and nail to find a home. Many things have to change. Yesterday's leaders who are responsible for the status quo do not have the will, the ideas, or the drive to fix this problem. We need real action today to build housing and make life more affordable. Now, if we want a vibrant city that attracts and retains the best and brightest, we need to ensure that housing is available at every price point. We also need a city to make the most of the space that we already have. With my experience as an urban planner for the City of Toronto, my 5 years on council, and now as the chair of the Planning and Housing Committee, I know what needs to be fixed at City Hall to deliver more housing. Now, I want to acknowledge that there's no single policy that will solve the housing crisis. There's not one thing that we have to do, but rather many things. That's why my Less Talk and More Action campaign is offering real-world, practical solutions to the challenges facing the city today. I am pleased to announce that as mayor, the City of Toronto will reduce the red tape and make it easier to convert empty office space, like you can see behind me, into homes for people. This will help add desperately needed housing supply, reimagine underutilized office space, and add more vibrancy to our communities and our main streets. This housing initiative to convert offices into homes will do three things. Number one, provide as-of-right approvals for office conversions if the building isn't getting any bigger, thereby eliminating the lengthy and costly rezoning process. Number two, ensure relief from the guidelines and other rules that make it difficult to convert office floor plates into housing. Number three, eliminate the requirement to replace all office space foot for foot, as long as the new development includes 20% affordable housing. City Hall should be encouraging innovation and new business creation, not putting up more roadblocks for housing. As your mayor, I will also allow and permit live-work units on all of our main streets. This will allow for a greater range of businesses to operate as live-work units so that artists and entrepreneurs are provided with great opportunities to both live, build a business, practice their craft right here in Toronto. These are practical, real-world solutions that deliver less talk and more action. My housing plan will increase housing supply of all types of homes and streamline the approval process that are the root causes of the endless delays and deferrals holding back housing. I will get the city's departments and divisions focused on delivering the results that you rightfully expect as Torontonians. The city's housing programs should build homes, not just stacks of paper that get endlessly shuffled between the bureaucratic desks at City Hall. Toronto, we can do all of this with less talk and more action at City Hall. Let's get more housing built, let's end the housing crisis, and as your mayor, I will build an affordable city, make Toronto safer, and unclog the gridlock that has ground the city to a halt. As your mayor, I will lead our city through the affordability challenges facing so many Torontonians today. And as an urban planner, and with my experience on council, I will work for you to build the city that we all know is possible. With your vote on June 26th, I will make this happen. Thank you very much for your time, and I'm happy to take your questions.
So I'll ask Brad. There is a lot of talk about converting office buildings into housing, but I also know that people who do it say it's not that easy. There's all sorts of challenges. So I'll ask you how, sorry, I'm just trying to get anywhere. I'll ask you how exactly, what is the system now for somebody who wants to do that, and how exactly are you going to make it easier?
The system is a long and complicated bureaucratic process. Right now, the city requires a one-to-one replacement of office space. Anytime that you are doing a conversion or adding residential, you need to add the office square footage back. This will allow, provided that you are including 20% affordable, that you can do that conversion. We're not going to require square foot for square foot replacement. We are going to streamline the process and provide a pathway to do it. And it's about saving time and money. And it's also recognizing that, look, the downtown core, many parts of the city, there is not the need and the demand for office space like there was years ago. A lot of things have changed. We need to recognize that. But there is a demand and a need for housing. So it accomplishes a couple different things. One, we provide a pathway to housing. And two, we bring more people back to our main streets, add to the vibrancy. And three, we are taking action on the housing crisis in a very real and practical way.
So how much, because everybody talks about like laneway suites, all these things, all those are small numbers compared to what the city needs. So how much of a solution or how much of an impact is this going to have on Toronto's housing crisis?
I think realistically, this could add thousands of units of supply. Again, it will be up to applicants to make that decision, but as a city, we need to provide a pathway to housing. That is our job. We need to provide a pathway to housing, remove the red tape, remove the roadblocks, and just recognize that the city is changing. The city is changing. We have a desperate need for more housing options, and we also have a desperate need to bring people back to our main streets, back to the core, back to areas that have still been decimated by the past 3 years of pandemic. This will bring more people downtown. This will, deal with the vacancies, the historic vacancies that we're seeing, and it's a recognition that the city is changing. Our planning and our policy needs to change too.
And I'll ask you.
All right, we've been listening to mayoral candidate Brad Bradford making an announcement about housing.